Elon Musk Neuralink wins FDA approval for human study of brain implants. This is a Reuters story. Vinny, I heard you were like getting, asking to be early.
I wanted to be one of the first humans in it.
So Elon Musk Neuralink has received FDA approval for the first human trial clinical, significant achievement for brain implant startup amidst ongoing investigations into its animal experiments. In recent weeks, the FDA has not inspected Neuralink's laboratory practices, despite concerns raised by employees and experts. Victor Krautemeyer, a former FDA official, stated that the FDA should have verified the reliability of Neuralink's animal study results before approving human trials. Musk envisions the brain implants as a potential cure for various conditions and has expressed confidence in their safety, even offering to implant them in his own children. The FDA had previously highlighted safety concerns regarding the device's lithium battery, wire migration within the brain, and safe extraction without damaging brain tissue. So, can you run a poll? Run a poll saying how many of you would be open to the idea of going on first trial testing to have this chip, Neuralink chip, put into your brain? Just curious to know what percentage is going to say yes versus no.
And it's more than a chip. It's wiring in your brain. And I just thought, and I remind you, Elon Musk, awesome, space traveling, doing all this stuff. He's bought the Twitter. It might be a wolf in sheep's clothing, bro. This thing is. Notice this all happened. The FDA approval happened on the day that they did the whole thing with DeSantis. They went live, all that stuff, bro. They can't even do the live event, right? You want to put they want to put wires in your brain. I just don't. Who's to know that at one point they have all this shit in your head that they could put shit in there to control your ass and make you do shit that they want you to do? I don't trust that. All we've read, we're Christians in the Bible. I've always read, mark of the beast, mark of the beast. It's when stuff is going to start being put inside you is when it's game over. I don't trust it. The FDA, Pat, they halted a bunch of stuff because thousands and thousands of animals, pigs, were dying. They were failed testing. The animals were tripping out. They just killed the animal. I think they're going to be testing on people that have extreme physical problems, which at that point, they're like, listen, this person's, they'd rather be dead than, be in the state that they're in. Go ahead, test them to see if you could fix their problems.
So when are you signing up?
On Thursday.
Okay,
on Thursday, I'm actually going to get
Did you see the rest of the quote? See the rest of the quote? Musk, the rest of the quote, he said, I invite other presidential candidates to join me on Twitter Spaces and so that we can make their opinions known to the American people. And I would like to offer Joe Biden a Neuralink test at no charge.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so at no charge, he's allowed.
They're going to test his brain?
Everybody else can come on Twitter Spaces, and then Biden, he'll give him the Neuralink chip at no charge.
Well, but, Tom, you say stuff like that. You're a pretty serious guy. He's joking, folks.
Yeah, guys,
this is a joke, just so you know.
It's hard
he
to
didn't
decide
offer that.
sometimes.
Don't go put this on Twitter. According to Tom Ellsworth, Elon Musk is putting a chip into Biden's brain.
I think a lot of people are going to sign up for this thing.
I just don't trust it.
I think aside from the people that, the people who find it necessary, the people with major nervous system issues, mental health disorders, what have you, I think these people
Would you do it?
No, I'm out on that.
No.
But I think people are young people especially.
Are you permanently out on that?
I'm out.
No, hang on a second. Are you permanently?
I'm good being a human.
Meaning 5, 10 years.
Never say never, but I'm in the never camp for right now.
Okay.
Because
you know how they're going to get people to do it?
I want to hear that.
I'm probably in the never camp, but I'll have to say this.
Like 5% opening there, probably.
I went to school with a guy that got the external, it's basically the external hearing technology, that actually, you've seen people with that?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And it's amazing. It was absolutely amazing. I mean, it's this wire that goes in there in a cochlear implant that's inside your ear. And then, it changed his life. So I've seen technology firsthand do that. And I was completely blown away. And I was first thinking, God, you're going to walk around with this thing. But it was such a life changer for the guy. And so I think that's probably the path we're going to go on here ultimately.
Well, how about you, Myron? When are you signing up for this thing?
Definitely not. But this is how they're going to get it streamlined out. They're going to incentivize people by paying them money to do it.
Of course.
Whether it's going to be some kind of stimuli check or, hey, we'll give you 5, 10K, go ahead. We'll give you this money right away, tax-free. Just put this chip in your head. And it's going to be the beginning of how
you think the government's going to pay or a private company?
It could be both. It could be where the government promises it and backs it, and then they go ahead and reimburse the private company for doing so. So I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean,
I want to know Pat too. Pat, what about you? I want to know where Pat, because Pat, hear me out.
Yeah.
Right now, Myron, it's for people that like they have strokes, they can't use their hands. What they're saying is you're going to be able to basically download French and have, like, if somebody's speaking to you in French, you understand it fluently in your ear through this thing. And who knows what the future is going to be, bro. You could download, like in the Matrix. Remember when they were like,
she's going to fly the helicopter. She's going to fly the helicopter. She says, give me the helicopter.
Superhuman.
You download.
It's going to create superhumans.
But again, it's who controls that download. At what point could just put out a massive, hey, all of you idiots, now you're our slaves. Period. I don't trust him. I think the guy's brilliant. I don't trust that shit.
They're going to target the susceptible people, the poor, the weak, the sick.
Yep.
Hey, put this chip. It's going to make your life better. And they don't got nothing to lose, and they're going to get some money out of it, so they're going to do it. And then that's how they start.
And they will.
And and it's coming from Elon. He's the savior of free speech. He put, he has spaceships landing back on it. I don't trust it. Sorry.
Yeah.
So you're canceling your Thursday appointment.
Thursday's finished. You guys just talked me out of getting.
Rob, what's the poll so far? Let's see the poll.
I'm curious. No. Good job, guys.
89% said no. 11% said yes.
That 11% is like, let's go.
They're going to have to sell.
Can you refresh? Just press refresh and let's see what that poll is. Refresh to see where it's at now.
I'm
Can
curious.
you go to it? Seriously, so 89 are saying no.
No.
89 still the same. 89-11. Okay. All right.
1,200 votes, legit.
Let's
89
go.
saying no, 11 saying yes. To the 11 that are saying yes, why yes? To the 11, that's a big percentage to say yes. So why yes? Is this, you know what it's like? Like I remember in part of the company, insurance company, we had a movement going on where guys were taking, what is the thing you take in school to help you study better?
Adderall.
So people were calling me, hey, what do you think? That guy over there in that office taking Adderall, it's helping him focus better on this. I'm like, listen, dude, here's all you need to know. I don't take Adderall. I don't like this. I don't like that. Anything that controls me, I'm not a fan of. Like, I don't want any of that stuff. But look, a lot of people did. Like, maybe I got ADD. And my doctor told me I got ADD, so this Adderall thing is really helping me out. Like, all right, dude, you keep telling yourself that, you're right. You believe it. If you want to do something like that, go for it. So there's going to be a camp of people who are going to, history tells us, anything that's come to expedite and speed up the process of getting something without having to work hard for it, there's a long line of people that are open to that
big
idea. There's a big market for that, right? So, the movie NZT, I'll never forget the Limitless movie. Remember the Limitless movie?
Limitless was sick.
By the way, this is my first ever piece of content that went viral. Do you know the story to this or no? Do you know the story to this?
No.
So the movie comes out, and I had a website called patrickbedavidblog.com. Can you go to it? I don't even know if it's around. Go to patrickbedavidblog.com and see if it exists. Where does it go?
Somebody probably bought it, Pat.
Yeah, okay, so it doesn't exist. So we had this blog, and I would write something once every other week. Yeah. So it's 2012. Check to see when Limitless came out. The night it came out, I wrote this article. I'm actually curious to know. This was one of my first 5 pieces of content I ever wrote.
2011.
I wrote it the night it came out. Go to the day it came out. Do you know the day it came out? Anyways, so I write this article, and I write, March 8th. So March 8th, I write the article that's
12
Saturday.
years ago.
Okay. So I write the article, did Einstein use NZT and where to get it? Okay.
Oh.
So then I write and all this stuff, in life, everybody's looking for shortcuts and all this stuff. But what if there was a way to get NZT? Would you use it? I go to sleep. I wake up in the morning. This thing's at the top of Google. I have thousands of emails asking me, do you know where I can get NZT from? I said, I know nothing about NZT.
Yeah.
It's just an article I wrote,
Yeah.
but it was the power of the internet, how an article can get viral. It just tells you how many people watch the movie and they're also interested in this NZT. This was the article, right? Whatever I wrote in this article 12 years ago.
That's
but
sick.
Bradley Cooper.
the moral of the story is what? There's a massive market for people who want things without the hard work. That is not going to go away. And I'm telling you, so many people are going to subscribe to these chips because every time they got a new upgrade, they got a new, the whole Tesla that automatically upgrades, the new upgrade to the brain, the new upgrade. We have a new upgrade to this. Oh my God. So now watch. There's going to be 1,000 kids in high school. 920 of them have a 4.5 GPA.
Oh, yeah.
So education goes berserk, this thing can you know how ChatGPT disrupted so many different industries where writers in Hollywood went on strike?
Yeah.
Because they're like, why am I needed?
Exactly.
Why do you even need me? Comedians are going out there on ChatGPT saying, can you give me a monologue on this and tell this joke in the style of how this comedian says that comedian, and then boom, let me clean it up, add my own words to it, and go out there and read it, right? So if this thing does what it's capable of doing with the upgrades, why do we need school? Why do we need to go to high school? Why do we need to go to college? What do you need it for? You need information? Just get the link. That's all it is. It's a very interesting direction we're going into because, you know, during COVID, when people were saying, some people had on their profiles where people were buying men's who hadn't taken a vaccine. And
Purebloods were the purebloods, yeah.
Whatever
They're buying
it was called.
sperm from getting girls were dying to get sperm from.
You made like $400
that
bucks from
didn't
that.
take vaccine, right? That
yeah,
didn't take vaccine.
Like me, ladies.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So this is almost like a camp of people dating each other who don't have the, chip in their head, so you can actually talk to somebody
my
normally.
God, yeah.
Where it's not like knowing all the
yeah, like, hey, are
answers.
you chipped? No. Okay, let's have a talk.
And the reason why this thing is going to be successful, unfortunately, I hate to say it like that, is because human beings always strive to go the path of least resistance, right? You look at, people go ahead and get gastro bypass surgery, right? Because they're fat. This is going to be more on bypass surgery, where people are going to be able to get some chips in their head and be able to oh, now I can speak another language. Oh, now I'm a critical thinker. I'm no longer a retard. Like, people are going to go ahead and do this because they're like, I'm an idiot, so let me go ahead and get this chip in my head so I can not look like as much of an idiot. But that's what it is. People are just lazy. We live in a very instant gratification, Uber Eats type society where people don't want to necessarily work for certain things.
You know what would
Microwave
happen?
hustle.
Imagine if everybody had a six-pack. What's the big deal about having a six-pack?
And
Nothing.
It doesn't matter
If
anymore.
everybody was shredded and cut up, what's the big deal? It's no longer attractive to be that, right? It's the complete opposite. If I ask you right now, what day did John F. Kennedy graduate from high school? And, who was his best friend? If you right now, blah, blah, blah,
Oh my God, it's not even fun.
okay, so what is the fun aspect?
There's none.
What makes it fun is when we can study people who can naturally compete at a high level to see who can get to that peak performance of competition naturally.
Yeah.
The moment you take that natural method of competition out, if you beat me, you didn't beat me naturally. There's no
meritocracy.
There's no meritocracy, but there's no man, I'm impressed by this guy,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, I'm not impressed by you. You're a chip. You're not talking. It's the chip talking.
Yeah.
There's nothing impressive about you. What's impressive is the chip you got.
Yeah,
That's
of
an
course.
impressive chip,
Yeah.
but not you. So you actually lose identity. But again, will it be $1 trillion business?
100%.
Oh my
And
God.
Neuralink.
here's the other thing too. People need to understand. Most people are literally stupid. Like, I think people need to understand that. Like,
Yeah.
the common American is a functioning retard. Like, they are stupid. They lack critical thinking skills. Retard. Okay, retard. Right, a retard. But like, the point is that people, especially nowadays, right? They lack critical thinking skills.
Yeah.
They're not able to look at something, question it, come to their own conclusion. They're going to go ahead and go with what everyone else says. People are sheep nowadays. So, this chip is just going to allow people not only to be controlled, but it's going to help them not be as big of idiots.
What's Neuralink's,
Well,
Neuralink's stock price right now, Rob? Because I'm just, not to cut you off,
I don't
I'm
think
curious because it just got approved, so I'm curious to where it's at and where it's going to be going.
I don't think it's public yet.
Is it not public?
No, I don't believe it is. But what I will say is it's fake success. We talk about this all the time where the tail of time will actually reveal who has the success. It's steroids for the brain. And we all know that steroids doesn't have a happy ending. It's also stimulus for the economy. It's participation trophies for every other kid out there. There's going to be an unhappy ending at the end of this for somebody.
Yeah, so let's go to hiring. Hey, at our company, what are the benefits you guys offer? We give you the latest version CRX 2E Edition 72. It's a $220,000 chip that we have. One of the benefits we offer is everybody that starts with us, we put that chip in you and we finance it for you. Oh, wow, what a big benefit. But then when you leave, you have to give that chip back.
Oh, no.
See, that's a form of a retention.
You return back to retardation.
Forget about 401k.
Yeah.
Forget about this. Immediately, you're going to be at
chip
the
is
top of
gone.
your game working with our company because we have the best chip in the marketplace.
Wow.
And people are dumb now without a chip. Could you imagine you give them the chip, then you take it back?
Oh my God. Because think about it, Pat. Because that whole time that you've had that chip, your brain hasn't been working
it hasn't
out.
been developed. You haven't leared how to, independently research stuff, how to talk to people. You're literally going to be a bubbly.
Everybody.
Page 13, top.
We're about to get canceled. I hope not. Sorry, guys.
Oh my God.
What is this?
We know what we signed up for, Myron.
We just go back to the Cro-Magnon. Just a bunch of freaking gorillas. That's so funny, bro.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.